This broadcast is partnered by BetterSleep, one of the world's top-rated sleep apps designed to help you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling refreshed. I've never been a consistent sleeper. These days, I rarely get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and I usually wake up feeling like I barely rested. So I decided to try BetterSleep for a few nights, and honestly, it really helped me. One standout feature is the sleep recorder. I had no idea how much I was tossing and turning, or that I even snored when I sleep, until I played it back. That kind of feedback is super helpful. But what really hooked me were the sounds. I love the water sounds, rivers, lakes, rain, and many others that instantly help me stay calm. And the background music? Incredibly relaxing. It's not just great for sleep, it's perfect for meditation too. You can mix and match over 300 sounds and create your own vibe, whether it's white noise, ASMR, or ambient soundscapes. So if you're like me and you struggle with sleep, head over to trybettersleep.co/Alyx and start your 7-day trial for free. Sleep is a crucial part of your overall health, and if you're not getting the rest you need, it can seriously impact your physical and mental well-being. So don't wait. Download the BetterSleep app and start getting the rest you deserve today. We are 1 week away from the next PLE live in Perth, Crown Jewel next Saturday, and things are heating up in a lot of good ways. And we're going to talk about it right here in Alyx's World. Hello all and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host Alyx, just Alyx, as I reposition myself. Still trying to get used to the new setup. And high definition, the first ever high definition edition of Friday Night SmackDown on my show. And I gotta say, when it comes to the October 3rd, 2025 edition, of course, this was live in Cincinnati, Ohio. Pretty solid edition. Lots of good things to come out of the show. Lots of stories being built. Lots of feuds being started. Not everything was perfect, and we're going to talk about it. But for the most part, they're setting the ground for a lot of good things to come in the future. And in terms of long-term booking, this was the kind of episode that I feel will get better over time. When the stories start to click, you'll be able to watch it back and go, oh, wow, this is when that story started. Oh, this is when that thing led to this, and this, and this, and this. This is where it all started. And so Triple H is the kind of booker that will allow you to appreciate, whether it's NXT, whether it's SmackDown, wherever he's booking, you will come to appreciate the shows a lot more as time goes by. And so when you look at the comments and you see people rate the show high, because I'm already seeing it, people giving it an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for some, they're thinking long term. They're thinking, oh my God, I know where this story's going. I can't wait to see when this happens, this happens, this happens. And I am too. And so I thought the show overall was solid. I do have a couple of issues with certain talent, which we'll get to. But the wrestling was great. Sami Zayn versus Aleister Black, great match. That might have been, and I mean this, not only was that Aleister Black's first ever championship contendership, right? That was his first title match that he's ever had on the main roster. Yeah, that was his legit first title match. Because remember, he left WWE in 2021. He was NXT champ, and then they moved him up to the main roster, and then Vince didn't know what to do with him, and then he got released. And so now he came back, and this was his first championship opportunity. Great match. Sami Zayn continues to be the best part of Friday Night SmackDown. For me, he continues to be the best part of Fridays. And I think next week, it's going to be even better. It's going to be even better. I am not a fan, and I'm sorry, I got to say it. I'm just not a fan of Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. There's something about this feud that's just not clicking with me. Their last man standing match, I hope, is the end of it next week. It just needs to be the end of it. I just don't care. I don't know what's missing. What is not clicking about it, I can't tell you that. All I know is when I see Damian Priest come out and get involved with Aleister Black, I groan. I go, ugh. And then whatever the hell they're doing with one half of Pretty Deadly, whatever the hell his name is, and Damian Priest, toxicity, whatever the hell that is, if that's supposed to be funny, I'm not laughing. At all. I just don't care. I would rather see Aleister Black compete for the world title. If I'm being honest with you. So there's that. What they're doing with Charlotte Flair and the women's tag team titles, I'm sorry. While I enjoyed Zarya and Soruka, love seeing them on SmackDown, as well as Javon Evans, I am not all that invested in Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss as tag team champs. I thought they had a story, and I think they still do, but somehow, I don't know where it went. It just disappeared, and now I don't care, because now they're frenemies. They're not really friends, although they want to be friends, but they can't be friends. They did something at SummerSlam that caught my attention, which was Charlotte Flair teasing, attacking Alexa Bliss, turning on Alexa Bliss. And that had my intrigue. This friendship that had a ticking time bomb to it, right? You had this sense that, all right, they're friends for now. For now. But you get this sense that it's not going to last long. And I thought that was the direction we were taking this tag team here. I thought. That was my perception of it. Clearly, I was wrong. Very much wrong. It seems like they're just regular babyface friends now who pretend they don't like each other, but they really do. That's not compelling to me. It might be compelling to you. I like Alexa. I like Charlotte. Sometimes. No, I love Charlotte. But look, it's one of those things where the story that they potentially could have told had my interest more than what they're telling now. And they're still in the midst of telling the story. They could eventually get back to that, right? I just don't feel like that's where we're going currently.
Does SmackDown need new writers?
I mean, it's not that they need new writers. I just think they need to make things more interesting and not do this filler episode booking that they fall into every single time we come up to a Crown Jewel or some type of a Saudi Arabia event, right? You noticed the filler episode booking, I like calling it that. The filler episode booking where they just stop or halt all storylines because they have to get past a certain event coming up, right? Crown Jewel hits, you're like, well, we got to build to that and sell that. And so every storyline that was in place that they had ready to go stops because they have to build to this event. And it's very obvious that everything is paused. I mean, look at SmackDown this week. How many NXT stars did you see on the show? A lot more than usual. Why? Because they need to fill time. We haven't seen Santos Escobar's group, Legado del Fantasma. We haven't seen them in ages. They appeared tonight because Triple H needed spots to be filled. So what ends up happening a lot of times is when they go overseas and they have to promote Crown Jewel, the storylines get halted. They just freeze everything. And they make it so obvious that it actually impedes on the show. And so I feel like that's what's happening with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. They have a storyline, but we're putting it on ice until we can get past this event. So no, they don't need new writers. It's just, unfortunately, because of how things are structured in WWE, long-term booking is just going to feel longer than what it needs to be. But that doesn't mean I didn't like the show. There were some good things about it. But let me talk about one last thing that I didn't like. I did not like that segment with the champs the champs being Tiffany Stratton and Stephanie Bakar. I didn't like that segment. I didn't like when they just got inside the ring, they shook hands, and then that was it. It felt rehearsed. It didn't feel like it was two characters speaking. It was one of those things where it's like, okay, let's just get through it, sign the contract, and then leave. And then here comes Giulia with Kiana James, and I'm just like, this is a waste of time. What are we doing? Why is the women's U.S. champ going after the world women's champ? Shouldn't she be doing her own feuds? I thought the whole point of having two sets of titles, well, on SmackDown, U.S. and then WWE women's, was to give room for the women to feud. But no, like Giulia's already staking her claim at Tiffany Stratton's title when she's already a champ. I don't like that. I despise that. If you don't have anything for Giulia for that women's U.S. championship, you shouldn't have brought it up. You shouldn't have created it. But it's here now. So chop, chop. Get the storylines going. Build the characters. Make me care. If you need to make some room, call up some NXT talent. If you need more people to compete, call up some NXT talent. But yeah, I start to feel like these championships don't matter when those champions start competing against each other. So, I didn't like that segment. I thought it was a waste of time. You could tell just by looking at Stephanie Bakar and Tiffany Stratton that they're just trying to get through Crown Jewel. It doesn't even feel like it's worth our time. Let's just get through it. Okay. We'll get through it, and then that'll be the end of it. But that's like the only other thing I did not like. If I find anything else I don't like, I'll let you know. But the rest of SmackDown was pretty good. Pretty good. I like that they're finally building to Randy Orton's legit heel turn. I think we're setting up the heel turn for Survivor Series. I think long term, we're going to see it play out over TV. And like Kevin Owens turned on Cody Rhodes last year, Randy's going to turn on Cody at Survivor Series. And I think when Randy turns on Cody, it will cost him the WWE title. And I think that's where Drew McIntyre wins the title. I think Jacob Fatu is being set up as a potential opponent, if not the opponent, for Drew McIntyre going into WrestleMania. Because I think Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes is a WrestleMania match. Now, they could end up giving Cody the belt back before WrestleMania, which is fine with me. Matter of fact, that's exactly what's going to happen. If they give the belt to Drew, I don't see Drew holding it past Royal Rumble. Which sucks, because I do think Drew deserves a run. And then Drew can feud with Jacob Fatu. But if we do Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton at WrestleMania, I think that's got to have the title. Unless you plan on giving the title back to Roman, which isn't going to happen until WrestleMania 43, when The Rock comes in and gets that $100 million check to wrestle his one last match. Just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, unless the plan is to do something else with that title, it's going to be Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes for the title at WrestleMania. But I do think Cody losing that belt should be the catalyst. So they set Randy up turning on Cody very well this week. And let me see here. I think what else are they doing? Let me be sure I'm not missing anything. Why y'all get so offended every time I bring up The Rock? I know that you guys are pissed off that he didn't show up, but y'all have to know, like, eventually he's gotta appear. Eventually. Was that it? That can't be it. Yeah. The only other thing that I liked was the Street Profits and that promo segment with the Wyatt family. So, okay, actually, let me retract that. I don't like the fact that we're doing the breakup of the Street Profits off screen. Right? We can see the dissension without them actually saying that there's dissension. Just look at their body language. They're using their body languages to communicate that there's a problem, that there are issues with the two, which I think is great. I would like to see that on screen, though. I would love to see Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins argue on screen. Like what Kofi and Xavier, literally what Kofi and Xavier Woods was doing for months last year when they were about to break up and then they both hated Big E and then they got back together, which was a nice swerve. I want to see that with Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. Because right now it just feels like everything is being done off screen, right? That's just me. I'm not saying that you can't break up the Street Profits. You want to break up the Street Profits, by all means, break up the Street Profits. I just feel like if we're going to do it, let me see the story play out on TV. But I did like the segment from the standpoint of you got the body language, you see the breakup eventually coming, but you also have the Wyatt family playing into it in the background. So I do have to wonder, though, you break them up. Is it going to be good for both of them to be singles competitors? Montez Ford is a main event player. We're not worried about Montez. I'm not worried about Montez. I am very worried about Angelo Dawkins. I do not see it working out for him. I'm sorry. I just don't. Matter of fact, I think within a year or so, he'll be right back in a tag team with someone else. I'm not saying that it can't work out in his favor. I'm not saying he can't be successful as a singles competitor. I don't know. He might surprise me. But I think we can all agree that Montez Ford is someone that's he's going to be given a lot more opportunities than anything else. And I don't know if splitting them up will serve both of them as well as WWE is hoping it would serve them. So, yeah, again, I thought SmackDown overall was solid. I'm not going to say it was good or great. It had its moments that make me go, okay, this was entertaining. But for the most part, it just feels like a filler episode. Because we're trying to get through Crown Jewel. Everything just feels filler. It feels like filler. I don't know about y'all, but as of lately, this is just me, I haven't been all that excited for AEW or WWE. It just feels like across the board, wrestling is just cold. And it's sad because when WWE gets cold, that's when I get heavily invested in AEW. That's how it's supposed to work. When one company gets cold, this other company should take the reins and do some crazy things. But when both of them are cold, like, that's just depressing. And I'm seeing that reflect not just in my numbers, but across the board. Like, even with content creators who do what I do, who are, let's just say, in a much better position to reap the rewards of these shows being hot. The problem here is that when the shows are not hot, that reflects on our overall just community. The community suffers because of it. And it puts the pressure on us now to carry that load. It puts the pressure on us to carry you guys through those dark periods, through those times where things are not all that exciting. Right? So I am struggling to find that, and this is just for me, I'm struggling myself to keep you guys invested and to keep myself invested when we're not getting anything. I can see things picking up for WWE after Crown Jewel next weekend. Because then they got Saturday Night's Main Event, and then Survivor Series, and then John Cena's last match, which we will talk about. We're going to talk about that. Because apparently the ticket prices for John Cena's last match has been revealed, and Lord have mercy. I have to wonder what WWE is thinking with these ticket prices. But things are going to pick up speed. They're going to pick up momentum after Crown Jewel. But in the midst of that, it's like, well, I'm here. I got to find a reason or find a way to keep these guys entertained. And I always do. But it's very hard. It's extremely difficult to do these live streams and do these videos and come up here and talk about wrestling when wrestling's not that great. It's not. And what kept me going throughout those years is that at least at some point, something was hot. When WWE was cold, and I mean dead cold, from, well, a majority of the 2010s, NXT was doing great. And so I heavily relied on Lucha Underground and NXT to help carry me through those dark, not as exciting periods, right? Well, I don't have an NXT. I don't have a Lucha Underground. AEW is cold. WWE is cold. What do we have? What do we do? And I mean that. Like, what do content creators at this point in time do when wrestling's not hot? WWE is doing great business, but their on-screen product is cold. AEW, Jesus Christ. Did y'all see the ratings for AEW this past week? AEW did its lowest rating ever for their 6th anniversary. Their 6th anniversary special. They did 450K. 450,000. 450,000 for their 6th anniversary. And the thing about that rating is that the show was longer. The show was, almost 3 hours, 2.5 hours. So, like, I can only talk about what I'm given. And I have to find a way to make things interesting and keep things interesting. Which is why I try to do wrestling news and hot topics here and there, like I'm going to do today, talking about John Cena. But it does kind of hurt when things aren't that great.
TKO Greed might be catching up with them. Around 7,000 to 8,000 was in attendance for SmackDown tonight. The last WWE show in Cincinnati had over 12,000.
Yeah, it wasn't a sellout. I did see that. SmackDown didn't sell out tonight. And you could hear it. You could hear it in the audience. You can feel it. You can feel the difference and hear the difference from a show that is sold out, compared to a show that's not. And it didn't help. It didn't help at all. AEW did 465K. Okay. I was off by 15K. Well, good luck to them next week, because AEW is going head-to-head with NXT versus TNA. They're not winning that. They're not winning. Whatever rating they got this week, it's going to be even worse next Tuesday. Lord have mercy. But hopefully things pick up. Hopefully things pick up as we get closer to SummerSlam. Not SummerSlam, Survivor Series. I'm getting my dates mixed up. But let's move things along. I don't want to keep you up here too long. Again, I'm only going to talk about what I actually can give you. If you got any questions, if you got topics, hot topics you want me to discuss, please let me know and I'll get to it. But thank you guys for joining me for my first ever high definition live stream of SmackDown. Yes, the international super chat title, super chat. I can speak English title is on the line. The guy with the most donations walks out as the champ, and I do believe Corp CA is lurking in the shadows. Because if not, he might lose his title to $5. Because that's currently Andre Benson. Regardless, thank you all for joining me for this lovely live stream. You could be anywhere else. You chose me, and I'm grateful for that. So if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edits help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to...
Montez will rise like Booker T, and Dawkins will fall like Stevie Ray.
Oh, well, there's the champ right there. The champ is here. Corpsier is in the building. Good to have you here, champ. Once again, he's defending his belt tonight. He is taking the lead with $10. But that's how you could donate. Donate using pay. I'm getting ahead of myself. Where was I? I was doing the whole introduction. Do I want to do it over again? Let me see. So if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alex Central. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Spotify. Give me a follow on Cameo. Give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord. Follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live on the air, email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries just to say hi. And get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alex guy? If so, then get you an I'm a Just Alex guy t-shirt. Hot out the press. Also get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get your new school Alex's World t-shirt. And many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand. Today, right here in Alex's World. When you're in my world. Once again, I want to thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely live stream. Be sure you show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shot Night Sapphire to Heart, Elias a Demon. New Japan Pro Wrestling Go. Khalil does everything. Huh? Wait, Dylan Danger. Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, and of course, Big MGM.
What carried WWE was Bloodline, then CM Punk return, then CM Punk vs. Drew, and after, Elimination Chamber. After that Seth vs. Roman vs. Punk. Then AJ Lee return. Ever since that WWE been...
Uh-oh. You should run out? Oh no. It ran out? Hold on, let me read it. Ever since WWE been stale in terms of hype. Yeah, okay. I'm not mad at that. You ain't lying about that, SD Kai. By the way, SD Kai, wasn't expecting that massive donation. Are you trying to win the belt? SD Kai, you trying to win this belt? Well, my friend, you are currently in the league with $22. Really do appreciate that. Will you walk out the champ, though? We'll have to see. Will Corpsier, looks like you're going to have to get your money's worth. You're going to have to fight for this title today. Because SD Kai is in the lead with $22. And Corpsier is currently at $10. He probably thought he was going to have an easy day at work. He said, oh, crap. Now I got to try. Thank you all so much for being here. Show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra. Shiny 975 to Heart. Elias a Demon. New Japan Pro Wrestling Go. Khalil does everything. Huh? Wait, Dylan, a Danger. Teflon Don, the Mod Father. Zeno, Enigma, Big MGM, and of course, Mrs. Firestar Heart. Angel Hollenbeck. They all help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. So let me go in here. Let me go in here real quickly and do these shout outs. Also want to make it clear to everybody that I appreciate y'all for continuing to support this stream. I do know that sometimes things can be a little out of sorts, especially now that I'm trying to get used to HD. But I do appreciate you all for your support, whether it's watching, donations, liking the video, interacting with one another. Like, that stuff really matters to me, and I am grateful for it. I appreciate it, and I hope y'all know that, and I hope you see that. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, fixing some things here. Okay, I think we're good. I just realized, and I have to call this out. Now that I have everything in HD, I can see like little things in my graphics that I don't like, and I'm currently fixing that. So there's that. Apparently the stream is not at, are you guys serious? Is it not at 720? I mean 1080? Okay, well that's a problem. I had it set to, oh my god. It should be doing, 1 second. It was, so that's weird because it was 1080. Huh. So it's not high definition this week. Hold on for a second. That is weird. It should, so I have it set to do 1080. That's, yeah, I don't know what the hell that, I don't know what's going on with that. It should be giving you guys 1080. Right. So it was 1080 for my NXT, and then it was 1080 for Raw, right? No, it wasn't. It was 720. Because I did AEW and I did this stream. I was wondering, like, what's going on here? Yeah, you're right. It's only doing 720. Why is that? Yeah, I don't know. Like, if I showed you my settings for OBS, it honestly, that's frustrating. I'm sorry, guys. That is very frustrating. It should be giving you guys HD. I thought it was high definition. I guess not. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I need to take a look at what happened here, because I swear to God, I have it set to 1080, and for some reason it's just not, the output is not showing it. Apparently it's still HD. They're saying it's still HD, just not 1080, but I want it to be 1080. Okay, well, I can't change it now because I'm going live, so I apologize. SmackDown next week will and should be 1080. That's weird. Anyways, let me see. Do some shout outs here. Reminder, the international title is on the line, and currently SD Kai is in the lead with $22. Let's see what Corp CA does. Let's see if he responds. So, who's here? Not JPEG. JJ Bulldog, excuse me, JJ. Who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. Bobby Biggins, good to have you here. Joseph Winters. The champ has arrived. The other champ, the world champ. Of course, you know him as the chosen one, the Unwiccan. Whenever he's in the building, you're the twos, and he's the one, Ronwell Nogales. Good to have you here, sir. Pixie88, Trey Lucado. Uh-oh.
I'm not trying to work like Sami, I'm trying to work like Dirty Dom tonight.
Corpsier is just like, I wanna win this title with the cheapest possible. That's fair. Well, you're in the lead. You're in the lead with $30. SD Kai is in second place with 22. I think SD Kai wants to smoke though. I think he wants to smoke. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't blame Corpsier. But I think SD Kai might be challenging him a little bit, which I like. Let's see here. It could be personal settings on Peep's personal accounts. Yeah, that's weird, because I swear to God, I have it set to 1080. But we'll fix it next time. I apologize. They say it looks good, though. Viewership is down in wrestling all over, and AEW is getting dangerously close to a problem zone at 465K for this past week. Tell me about it. BT23 is here. 98% of the time. Good to have you here. Game Shock. Jody Bennett. Woo! What's good, Jody? King AJ. Your Highness, King AJ. Not JPEG. And I guess we'll end it with... let me be sure I know passing one up. Aaron Teagle. We'll end it with Aaron Teagle. All right, thank you all so much for being here. Again, I apologize. For some reason, the stream is not HD today. That must be a problem with my settings. And because I didn't touch anything, right? I didn't touch anything. It was HD Tuesday. It was HD Wednesday. It should be HD today. So let me see what I can do. Thank you for watching my stream. You'll have to deal with 720, unfortunately, for today. But they're telling me it looks good. So, God, that's annoying. I have no idea what's going on. Just like I have no idea what's going on with John Cena's final match. Did y'all see these ticket prices for John Cena's final match? Because we're going to talk about it. So, as you guys know, John Cena is retiring this year. And it is official that on December 13th, Saturday, December 13th, that will be John Cena's final match. That will be his actual final, and I mean final, wrestling match.
The smoke will come in 2026. Just supporting the channel, but it'll be damned if I don't make Corp work for the title. Loudly crying.
Well, sorry, Corpsier, you're going to have to put this one to bed. SD Kai is like, bruh, you're just going to have to donate that 100 if you want me to stop. So what is that? That's $32. Corpsier, you're in second place again, my dude. I know you came in thinking that you was going to have an easy day, but SD Kai's like, no, you're not. I'm sorry. You're just not going to just come in here and drop $30 and beat me like that. But I do appreciate the donations, guys. It's very much appreciated. But yeah, let me pull up these ticket prices because this is ridiculous. And this comes straight from WWE themselves. Says here, ticket prices for John Cena's last match have been revealed. Washington, D.C., Saturday, December 13th, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Fifth row ramp seat. This is bottom floor. This is bottom floor seats. Fifth floor ramp seat. This is row E. $6,500. $6,500 per ticket. What? $6,500 per ticket. Second row. I'm not joking you. Second row, ramp side. $9,500 per ticket. per ticket. Oh, you're going to love this. You ready? TV side ringside package. Front row seats. Front row seats to John Cena's final match. $11,500. $11,500 to watch John Cena wrestle for the last time. And check this out. Standard seats for other regular seats range from $250 for the lowest price seat to $3,000 for other seats. Okay, so excluding the fact that $250 for the lowest price seat is already an issue. That's already asking for too much. But despite that, $11,500. Like, who are they trying to get to come to this show? Like, can we stop for a second and ask the real questions? Who are they trying to get to come to these shows? Who has almost $12,000 of money to spend for Saturday night's main event? Like, I genuinely have to ask this. I don't even think people spend that much for WrestleMania. Like, if you ask me to spend $12,000 for WrestleMania, I'm like, no. There's no way I'm spending that much money on any show. $12,000. That's a down payment on a house. Nearly. Do you know what I can do with $12,000? That is a full year's rent. I can pay off my rent for an entire year. And then have money left over for $12,000. Who has $12,000 to spend on wrestling? And not just 12,000. Oh, okay, that's too much. All right, can you afford 9,000? All right, we'll cut it in half. $6,000. I get that TKO is in debt, but this is getting out of hand. All right, as much as I love John Cena, he ain't worth no $12,000. I'm sorry, John Cena, I'm not spending $12,000 on you. I ain't spending $6,000 on you. I don't feel comfortable spending $250 on John Cena. I think John Cena is one of the all-time greats. I ain't spending no $12,000 on him. That's absolutely ridiculous. And anyone sitting here telling me that it's worth it, I would need you to explain that, because I don't see how that's worth anything. How you could have $12,000 in the bank just sitting there and going, I'm going to spend that to watch John Cena wrestle for the last time. So, I have so many questions about this. Number one, we don't even know who John Cena is wrestling. We just know it's his last match. We have no idea what the rest of the card is going to look like. And you're already expecting people to pay this amount. We're seeing the side effects of WWE overcharging fans. Like, they couldn't even sell out SmackDown this week. SmackDown, WWE has been on a hot streak, selling out Monday Night Raw, selling out SmackDowns.
GTS and acknowledge me index pointing up.
Corpse just went up to $80. I think he just basically said, all right, fine. I'll try this time. Corpse jumps to the lead with $80. Well, let's see if SD Kai decides he wants to let Corpse walk away with the belt right there. But I think we can agree that Homeboy might be retaining with this. But you can see, getting back to the topic, you can see how this is hurting WWE's business. These ticket prices are ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculous. I don't see how anybody, in my personal opinion, can look at these ticket prices and think this is going to be good for their business. I get it. You're in debt. We got to pay you something. But don't kill us. This is too much money. It's too much. And anybody that's sane, that can look at those prices and tell me that it's worth it, I'm going to need you to explain to me why and how. And I got to ask, like, who's actually going to go see John Cena in his final match? Like, who's here right now that is planning to see John Cena in Washington, D.C.? And I mean that, because I want to know. Because right now, I'm looking at this and going, ain't no way. Ain't no way. This isn't going to blow back in their face. SD Kai says, you know what's funny? If I wasn't getting the Xbox Rogue Ally? What's that? I would spend 100 to troll and then be done. Okay, well, don't spend 100. Just spend another 50. Make Corp CA work for it a little bit harder. But anyways, it's really making me question, like, what are we doing? What in God's name is going on here when it comes to these ticket prices? I have no clue what the end goal here, what the end goal is here by raising these ticket prices to these astronomically ridiculous amounts. Who are they trying to attack? And that's another question. What kind of fan are they trying to attract? Because it's not the blue-collar worker. What blue-collar working man, what average family has $12,000 to spend? Who do you know can afford to spend $12,000 on seats? Like, the kind of person I can imagine spending that much money is sipping on a wine glass somewhere, swirling it, smelling the aroma, going, oh, that John Cena, the way he wrestles is immaculate. I shall attend. I shall be present for his finale. I don't know, someone that's sitting on his yacht, cackling at us measly peasants. Someone that clearly has enough money to even go to these events. It ain't me. I know that for sure. Y'all give me your thoughts about this. Like honestly, talk to me. Do you think this is too much? Because it does sound like it's too much. It really does. It's a bit much for me, even for me. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I can't right now. ORG Xbox Ally is $1,000. Rogue, so Rogue, is it Rogue or I don't even know how to pronounce that, but ROG Ally Xbox. Lord have mercy. All right, well, you got money on you, SD Cloud. You've been holding out on me. SD Cloud, are you another person that's been holding out on me because Three Diglets has been coming in here dominating stuff? I'm gonna need you to help me out a little bit, buddy. No, you already helped me out. Thank you for your donations. I appreciate it. For real. All right, let me talk about SmackDown real quick, which is what you guys have been here for. And I do apologize for the stream not being HD. That is weird. I don't know why HD isn't a thing right now, even though I have it set to HD. Let me see here. So SmackDown tonight was live in Cincinnati, Ohio. They opened up with "Woohoo!" Cody Rhodes. Paul Heyman interrupted with the Bronze. Randy Orton comes out, and then Paul Heyman plants the seed for Randy Orton, telling Randy Orton that when you need him the most, Cody won't be there. And that's why Cody doesn't have any friends. And that was the opening segment. They have a match later on in the night. It is the main event. But let's see here. I'll pay the $250, but if it's for real worth it, I'll go. Oh, for real? So you would go to see John Cena if it's worth it? I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. It's your money. But I don't know, y'all. But yeah, that was the opening segment. Just setting up the main event. Not really much to add there. Except them teasing Randy Orton turn on Cody Rhodes, which is going to happen. We go backstage to Carmelo Hayes and The Miz. And we see The Miz talking to Carmelo saying that... we're still donating? I like it. What's your thoughts on Riddle attacking the interviewer?
Also, what's your thoughts on Riddle attacking the interviewer?
I think I saw that. It looked staged. Let me sit on that for a minute. I'll watch it again at the end of the stream and I'll react to it. But it did look staged though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It looked like, I don't know, that when you watch things like that on the internet, you have to side-eye it, just kind of side-eye it a little bit and go, is that a work? I don't know. It might be a work. I'm just saying. Let me see here. So getting back to SmackDown. So last week, Miz and Melo were competing for a shot at the tag team titles. And Miz got pinned. Melo didn't interfere. Miz was like, what the hell? And Melo's like, I'm sick of you still in my spotlight. And now it's all about me. And Miz is like, if that's how it is? And Melo's like, you're lucky that I didn't take the first shot. But this is it. We're done. We're done, man. We're moving on. Move on. I'm moving on from you. And so Melo goes to challenge Sami Zayn for the U.S. title again. And then Miz attacked him. So we're doing a feud between Miz and Melo. I'm sorry. I just feel like they could have gotten a lot more out of this. They could have gotten a lot more out of Miz and Melo. They eventually we're going to get to this point. They should have held it off a little bit longer. In my personal opinion. I don't like that we cut this off this soon. But it is what it is. Right? But Melo comes out, talks about how great he is and how he's going to get another shot, and then Miz attacks him from behind. And then, after Melo got attacked, Alyx Black just showed up and took his spot. So Alyx Black challenged Sami Zayn to a great match. Great match with commercials. Hate that, but great match. Great back and forth. That was the first time they wrestled each other, right? I think it was. Alyx Black looked great. And unfortunately, Damian Priest showed up and cost Alyx Black, allowing Sami Zayn to hit the haluva kick and pin him with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Okay, so he's beaten everybody with the Blue Thunder Bomb, which I like. That's good. I don't feel so bad about him beating Carmelo Hayes with it now. So there you go. Aleister Black loses. He was protected because of Damian Priest interfering or distracting him. And as you know, Damian Priest will end up challenging Aleister Black next week. In that last man standing match, Damian Priest goes backstage and then he bullies one half of Pretty Deadly because that's funny somehow. Hilarious. Ha 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 ha! To somebody, that's funny. But we did see Damian Priest put Aleister Black through a table, adding more flames to their fire. We got the first of 2 matches that featured NXT talent. Alba Fire and Chelsea Green taking on Zaruka, which is Zarya and Soruka. Soul Snatcher. That's it. Soul Snatcher. Soruka's got one of the best finishers, if not the best finisher in WWE, if not wrestling, period. That Soul Snatcher is amazing. That's all we care about, Soul Snatcher. And they beat Chelsea Green. So, yes, I loved it. At the same time, it's like, we don't have any room for anyone else or anything else on this show? Okay. Also, Chelsea Green's losing too much. That's just my opinion. I know she looks good in defeat, but she's losing too much. I'm sorry. I don't like that. Tiffany and Stephanie Vaquer come out. They read off lines that are very scripted and then go, "May the best woman win. May the best woman win." And you're like, and then Giulia comes out. And then freaking Kiana James is all like, "So, you want to join?" She asks Stephanie Vaquer if she wants to join. She's like, no. And then Stephanie and Tiffany beat them up. And it's like, what was the point of that? What are we doing? Why are you treating your women's U.S. champ like a joke? Inferior to the women's world champs? Whatever. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a tag match next Friday that no one will care about. Javon Evans and Rey Fenix take on Los Garza, a.k.a. Legado del Fantasma, and they win. Javon Evans and Rey Fenix win. Love the match. Good to see both high flyers do their thing. Jacob Fatu cuts an awesome promo on Drew McIntyre, talking about that all gas, no brakes with it. Yeah, I mean, so on and so forth. I think after this is the main event, right? No, after this is the Street Profits promo. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford have a promo where you see the body language, you see that they're not getting along, but they put their differences aside for the time being, and then the Wyatt family appears on screen and goes, "Ha ha, we're gonna beat that ass next week, and we're gonna break you up." They didn't say it like that, but that's essentially what they... Yeah, a tag match next week for the tag team titles. Main event, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton versus the Brawns. Match was fine. I didn't think the match was like blow me away amazing. It was fine. What matters is Cody Rhodes gets taken out by Braun Breaker. It's just Randy Orton and Bronson Reed inside the ring. And then Seth Rollins jumps in there, curb stomps Randy Orton. And then Bronson Reed beats him with a tsunami. 1, 2, 3. The Vision wins. Awesome victory. And then afterwards, Seth is like, "I want to do it. I want to curb stomp Cody." And Paul's like, "Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to regret it. Don't do it." Sept did it. He runs inside the ring, goes to curb stomp Cody, and Cody gets out of the way, hits him with the crossroads, and that's how the show ends. And Paul Heyman's like, nope. Don't get involved. Don't bother Seth. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let him do it himself. Don't get involved. He has to do this himself. He has to be Cody by himself. And that's how we end the show. Again, like, it's just more hype and more build to a show that people don't really care about But they're trying their best. They're trying really hard to make you care about Crown Jewel, but nobody gives a fuck. No one cares. They're just ready to get through this build to get to Survivor Series and such. And so am I. So, again, SmackDown was solid, 7 out of 10, but like, I'm ready for them to get back to cooking grease, if you know what I mean. So, all right, there you go. That is my SmackDown thoughts. I'm assuming Corp CA is going to retain. I don't think SDK is going to donate anymore. So there's that. Let me go ahead and, let me see. You want me to react to this interview with Matt Riddle? Let me pull it up. And again, I'm so sorry that the stream is not HD. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It should be HD. Okay, let me see.
Stop what? The podcast.
What are you f***ing worried about?
I don't know. Okay, whoa.
Oh,
No, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't.
Serious? Take that shit off. I'm tired of this shit. Yeah, I'm laughing. Boy, get the down. Stupid ass shit. Asshole. You're lucky from my time.
Will we get set?
Wow. Yeah, I stick to what I said. That looks staged. That looks staged as hell. That was staged. There's no way you can convince me that wasn't staged. Because if that was real, he needs to... So many F-bombs. What gave it away were the F-bombs. The F-bombs with me, I'm like, he's overdoing it. I don't know. That didn't seem real to me. That interview looked staged as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Do people believe that that's actually real?
SD Kai, it's over. Go home. Corp CA retains.
Yeah.
Tears of joy.
Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that your boy's retaining the belt. But thank you for the donations, everybody. Like that's awesome. That's the amount of donations I get. I'm blessed and highly favored, and I appreciate it. And I hope you know that I appreciate it. Thank you so much. SD Kai says, I'm not spending no more, LOL, but Corp CA will be conquered. So, SD Kai, are you staking your claim at conquering Corp CA for the international title? Are you staking your claim at any title? I'm just curious. Let's see here. Seth and Becky are the heel couple of Raw while we prepare for Montez and Bianca for SmackDown. Oh yeah, I forgot about them turning Bianca possibly heel and Montez forward as well. A&B Convos Wrestling Edition. SmackDown was a collective 7.5. Not sure what that contract signing segment was, but it wasn't what it should have been. Smash the like button. Ladies and gentlemen, the premier reaction channel here in the YouTube space, A&B Convos Wrestling Edition, has spoken. Thank you so much, you two. I'm grateful for you both. I'm grateful for you. Let's see. Game shot. Jacob Fatu should honestly be challenging Cody Rhodes after Crown Jewel. He was a main eventer in MLW from 2019 to 2021. He really should be, but he's not going to. King AJ. Sammy been listening. Everybody says Haluva kick, then Blue Thunder Bomb as his finisher. Yeah, like hit the Blue Thunder Bomb after the Haluva kick. That just fits better. Or hit the Brain Buster. Wow, SD Kai just told Corp CA it will be a short title reign as the international champ. Uh-oh. By the way, SD Kai, if you do win the international title, will you keep it on SmackDown or will you move it to Monday Night Raw? Corpsier says, if you want my title, then come get it at Saturday night's main event. He said, come and get it. Okay, so SD Kai likely says he will move it to Raw. All right, well, are we going to have the showdown of the century? Are we going to see it happen Saturday night's main event next month? Because I'm excited for it. Let's get it. Hell, we might get it this month. We still got next week. Don't forget next week, y'all. Next week is the preview and predictions for Crown Jewel. And that SmackDown looks stacked as hell. So I'll be here for that. Sean Swaby, that contract signing with Tiffany and Stephanie could have been done backstage. That contract signing could have been an email. It could have been an email, y'all. Aleister Black and Sami Zayn had a great match. I agree. We're on well. I wouldn't worry about Saturday night's main event. You got a world title defense next Saturday. You have to defend your world title next Saturday for Crown Jewel, which will be happening in the afternoon, by the way. I will be hosting the show, hosting the live stream in the afternoon, not in the morning. So, you'll have to get past that before you worry about Saturday night's main event. I ain't waking up no 8 a.m. in the morning for no Crown Jewel. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's not happening. Yeah. Why did I do that? I have no idea. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? My muscles are sore from my in-ring wrestling training. JJ, are you training for wrestling? Wow. JJ Bulldog is training for wrestling. What's your wrestling name, buddy? What's your wrestling name? Talk to me about that. That's awesome. Aaron Teagle. You know I love you, Alyx. Until the temperature, I want my tires, and I wanted to donate $20. I am the king. What's the temperature by Nelson Miss? What? Robert Nagaz. Oh, yeah, that's right. I transferred my other dollars to my other bank for that reason. Yeah, man. Come on now. You got to defend your belt next Saturday. Okay, so JJ Bulldog's wrestling name is Jay Thrasher. Okay, Jay Thrasher. I like it. I like it. What's your finisher's name? The Jay Driller? Oh, wait, you can't do that. You can't. That's copyright infringement. The J Driver. Let's see here. A&B Combo says, we'll be live at... Oh, are you serious? Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. A&B Combos will be live at 5 a.m. Pacific for our Crown Jewel watch-along. They're serious. In the morning? Hey, A&B Combos, well, enjoy, because 5 a.m. in the morning? Man. JJ's finisher is the T-Bomb. I like it. What is it? Is it a pile driver? Is it a power bomb? What is it? I'm very curious to know what it is. Hey, you gotta love their dedication. That's awesome. A&B Combos are dedicated wrestling fans. Cause I'll be damned if I wake up that early in the morning. Well, anyways, thank you all so much for joining for this live stream. Looks like Corpsier is going to retain yet again, a fighting champ. Good to have it. Good to see you. But thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for supporting. Thank you all so much for your donations. And I do apologize for the HD not working this week, which is so weird. I haven't changed the settings, but I'll look into it. And next week's SmackDown will be HD. Mark my words. But you guys are amazing. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. I love you all. And I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's World. A place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace.
When you're